Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. We're going to be looking at Amazon today. A lot of you listeners have expressed interest in really getting to the bottom of what drives these huge tech companies.
Yeah, and Amazon is certainly a behemoth in that sector.
For sure.
Yeah.
So we've compiled a pretty wide range of recent analyses, and really what we want to do today is try to cut through all the noise help you get a clearer picture of what's really moving the needle on Amazon's performance.
Yeah, we'll look at news, technical indicators, market sentiment, try to give you the full picture.
So let's jump right in. Some of the headlines that we're seeing are really highlighting this expectation from Amazon that their new AI shopping assistant, Rufus, could rake in over $700 million in operating profits this year, just this year.
Right, and that number, $700 million for Rufus, it really speaks volumes about how Amazon is approaching AI. They're not just treating it as some sort of add-on feature. It's really a core driver of their future profitability and suggests they are really ready to double down on AI-powered commerce.
It is really interesting, though, because at the same time, we're seeing all this excitement about AI. On the other side of the coin, Amazon, like a lot of the big tech companies, is facing more and more regulatory scrutiny, especially as they expand globally.
Right, and that's something that comes up time and again in a lot of these analyses.
It does. How big of a hurdle could this be? All this regulatory stuff, compliance issues, does it really have the potential to slow them down?
Well, it really gets at this tension between innovation and regulation. AI obviously presents a huge opportunity for growth, but at the same time, these increasing regulatory demands, they create uncertainty. They could lead to higher operating costs.
Yeah.
And investors, they definitely pick up on that, If they sense greater risk because of these pressures, it can definitely impact sentiment.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the stock itself. Right now, the price is sitting around, let me see, 229.15. Now, the 52-week range has been pretty wide. I mean, it's gone from 151.61 all the way up to 242.52. So it's clear that the stock can move. Yeah, and recently it actually dipped down, hit an intraday low of 180.51. But then again, we think about the sheer scale of Amazon. And we're talking about a $2.45 trillion market cap and a price-to-earnings ratio of 40.15. So how do we even begin to make sense of all this volatility?
Yeah, it's really fascinating when you have a company of this magnitude. I mean, you have these short-term market reactions that are happening, but then you have these really strong long-term fundamentals. And that recent drop, it could be a lot of things. It could be, broader market sentiment. It could be those regulatory concerns that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But that market cap, that PE ratio, those are saying something too, right?
Yeah.
It suggests that the market still sees Amazon as a really valuable company with a lot of growth potential.
So what are the technical analysts saying about all this?
Yeah.
The short-term 50-day moving average is actually below the longer-term 200-day moving average, which kind of reinforces that recent downward trend we've seen.
Right.
The trading volume has been fairly consistent, though.
Yeah.
And we don't have an exact number for the RSI, but it's probably fair to say that given the recent bearish trend, it's likely below 50. And right now, the technical analysts are recommending a hold on the stock. So what's the thinking there? Why so cautious?
I think it really boils down to all the uncertainties that we've already touched on. The bearish signals in the short term, they're suggesting a wait-and-see approach. But that consistent trading volume, it indicates that there's still interest in the stock.
Yeah.
And without a really clear signal from the RSI that the stock is oversold,
Right.
it might not be the best time to jump in just yet. It seems like they're really waiting for signs of stabilization, before they make a stronger call.
Yeah, that makes sense. So to kind of zoom out a little bit here, let's think about Amazon's journey as a company. I mean, founded back in 1994, it started as, everyone knows, this online bookstore. And now it's this massive diversified enterprise. They've got their hands in e-commerce, cloud computing with AWS, digital streaming, and of course now they're really leaning into AI.
Right.
And their recent performance has been kind of a mixed bag. I mean, their outlook for the first quarter of 2025, it was a little weaker than expected. But then they had a really strong fourth quarter in 2024, $187.8 billion in net sales. It's a 10% increase year over year. And for the entire year of 2024, net income hit $59.25 billion. And AWS, of course, was a big part of that success. So how do we square those seemingly different signals?
Well, I think it highlights the fact that even for a company as dominant as Amazon, growth is not always going to be linear. They're growing rapidly. They're diversifying into new areas. There are going to be some bumps along the road. That weaker outlook for Q1, it could be a sign of, maybe some near-term challenges or strategic shifts, but the fact that they had such a strong Q4 and such a good year overall really underscores the strength of their core businesses, especially AWS.
Yeah. So financially, Amazon seems to be in a pretty solid position.
Mm.
They've got strong revenue growth. And while they do have a considerable amount of debt, their cash flow and revenue trajectory suggests that they can handle it. And they're really investing heavily in the future. I mean, capital expenditures are projected to hit $105 billion in 2025. A lot of that is going towards infrastructure and AI initiatives. So how important are these investments to their long-term success?
Oh, they're absolutely crucial. I mean, especially in areas like cloud computing and AI, you have to keep investing in infrastructure. You have to keep innovating.
Right.
If you want to stay ahead of the competition and you want to be ready to capitalize on new opportunities, that $105 billion figure, it really speaks to their commitment to staying on top for the long haul.
Now, of course, we have to look at the potential challenges as well as the strengths. On the downside, they are facing more competition in the cloud services market.
Right.
Companies like Microsoft, Google, they're really stepping up their game. And then there's the whole ongoing regulatory scrutiny around antitrust and data privacy. But on the other hand, Amazon also has some undeniable strengths. They have very diversified revenue streams, which gives them a lot of resilience, and they're constantly innovating, especially in AI, which really positions them well for potential growth down the line.
Okay.
So for investors, how do you weigh these competing factors? How do you decide what to make of it all?
Well, it's about risk assessment, right? I mean, you have to acknowledge the potential downsides, the competition in the cloud sector, the regulatory pressures. Those are real things, and they could impact profitability and growth. But at the same time, you also have to look at the fact that Amazon is not a one-trick pony.
Well,
they have multiple lines of business. They have a proven track record of innovation. They've shown an ability to adapt and find new ways to grow. So it's about finding that balance, understanding the risks, but also recognizing their ability to execute and innovate.
so if we look at the overall market sentiment, the analysts seem to be pretty positive on Amazon. The consensus rating is a strong buy, which is interesting because we were just talking about how the technical analysts are recommending a hold.
Right.
Public sentiment seems to be, I don't know, kind of a mix of excitement about their innovation and maybe a little bit of concern about how dominant they've become.
Yeah.
And of course, they're facing strong competition from the likes of Walmart in e-commerce and Microsoft in the cloud space. So how do we reconcile these different perspectives? Why are the analysts so bullish while the technical indicators are painting a more cautious picture?
Yeah, and I think it helps to remember that these two different approaches, fundamental analysis and technical analysis, they're really looking at the stock through different lenses. I mean, analysts, they're focused on the long-term fundamentals of the company, things like market position, growth potential, financial health. So that strong buy rating, it's likely based on a very optimistic view of Amazon's future.
Right.
But technical analysis, it's all about those short-term price movements, the trends, the momentum. And that's why they're recommending a hold. They're saying, hey, there's some uncertainty in the short term. Let's see how things play out. And I think both of those perspectives can be valuable.
So what's on the horizon for Amazon? What should investors be paying attention to? Well, obviously, upcoming earnings reports are going to be really important. We want to see if they're actually meeting those growth expectations. New product launches, especially AI and cloud services, those could be big catalysts.
Yeah.
But of course, there's always the possibility of regulatory changes.
Yeah.
And the broader economic environment. That can always throw a curveball. So, I mean, what are your key takeaways here? What should our listeners really be focusing on as they think about Amazon?
Yeah, so if we pull all this together, I think the big takeaway is that Amazon is a company with a really strong foundation. They're actively investing in growth areas like AI. They're dominant in key markets.
Yeah.
But they're also facing increasing competition and regulatory headwinds that could impact their trajectory. So I think the things to watch are, how are they progressing in AI? What's happening with the regulatory landscape? Are they able to maintain their market share in the face of competition?
Oh, right.
Those are the things that will really determine their long-term investment potential.
So to sum it all up for you, Amazon is a really interesting case study. They have these strong fundamentals, huge potential, especially in AI. But they also have these regulatory challenges and some bearish signals in the short term. And that hold recommendation, I think it really captures that nuanced situation. The long-term outlook might be positive, especially with their diversified business and all the innovation that's happening. But it's wise to keep a close eye on developments in AI and the regulatory environment. And that really raises a big question for you as investors. How do you see these competing forces playing out? The promise of AI-driven growth versus the increasing regulatory pressures. What does that mean for Amazon's long-term prospects? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please subscribe, like, and comment. Let us know what you think.